What's up guys, it's Punchy, and today I have a problem, a really big problem, with Deepwoken's latest legendary weapon. Don't get me wrong, I love how this weapon looks and how it feels with what we have, but its existence in the current game goes against everything that we've been working towards. But let me explain. Just to understand what's going on, there's a new medium legendary called the Imperator's Edge. In combat, this thing has a few really cool and unique features that we don't really see anywhere else, and those are really cool. But I think it fails at a design level with its stats, scaling, and requirements. With a basic breakdown, you have to invest 240 points out of a maximum of 330 on your build to use this weapon. 80 fortitude, 80 medium, and 80 strength, and that is ridiculous. Just as a reference with what I just said, that is more than 70% of your entire build stats to use a single weapon. There is no talent, no oath, no nothing or anything that requires you to use around 70% of your build except for this. Since players are forced to invest more than half their build into this weapon, the Imperator's Edge gets some pretty problematic upsides for doing this. Just taking a look at the stats for this weapon, it has 11 range, which is ridiculous and basically broken, fortitude scaling, and outrageous damage with its M1s and its single critical. I won't even begin to discuss this here, but fortitude scaling on a weapon should not be allowed. Seriously, if people are going to use their points to obtain health with fortitude, they should not be rewarded with free damage scaling on a weapon. Also, it's in my full opinion that nothing in this game should be rewarded with free stats at the cost of less gameplay. Like, seriously, if something has one move, it should not be dealing a million damage. Say what you want about this, but Silent Heart was reworked, removing its bonus damage into something that gained flexibility and infinite build potential because people wanted to customize. They did not want bonus damage, they wanted to actually play the game. I think that's a healthier way to add things into Deepwoken because people are investing points and they get more options instead of dealing insane damage. Anyway, looking at the basic critical, this thing does insane damage, and yeah, this is the only option that we have on this build. I will say I really do enjoy how it feels and how it looks, and it does have stun, which is special to this weapon. Negativity aside, the Imperator's Edge actually has some really cool stuff that is fun to use. Somewhat leaning into the edge part of this weapon, we can become enlightened by abusing our range and the edge of our hitbox. By sniping players with an M1 3 times with the tip of our hitbox, we gain a halo that buffs up our single critical. So if you're using a talent like Blade's Edge, you can get bonus damage up from landing hits with a tipper of your hitbox, which might be cool, and you can also gain that mode. On the other hand, if you really want to, Phantom Edge, the Iron Sing talent, can also increase the range of that tipper hitbox to make it even stronger, but if you make this build, you only have room for a single talent. Like, seriously, look at the stats. Besides that, the Enlightened State buffs up your weapon critical, granting hyper armor and doubling the crit, which again just does more damage and multiplies the stun duration. It's definitely sad to see, but the new gameplay options granted by using the edge of your hitbox and stun on the critical are way more interesting than the boosted damage. I really enjoy this gameplay, but I dislike the insane requirements and insane stats. At the end of the day, if this weapon eventually gets nerfed, and it will be nerfed, it's just something with limited options and lesser damage that restricts your build further. With that being said, I enjoy the visuals and feel of this weapon, but I cannot hide the fact that the Imperator's Edge is disappointing with its gameplay diversity and the builds that you can use. Please share your thoughts down below because I think they had a really cool idea with the hitbox gameplay, but chose to do something different. No disrespect to the developer team and the players who want to use this weapon, but it's almost objective that builds are going to be limited. Anyway, that's all for right now, and if you learned something new, make sure to like and subscribe. Let's try to reach 100k subs since we're almost there. Thanks again, it's punchin' time.